Welcome to this channel. This channel is for educations and culture based on historical and scientific evidence. So tonight I like to share with you something if you are really serious wanting to learn Wing Chun and you care for Wing Chun, you want to listen to what I'm talking about here, okay? It is a really serious issue in Wing Chun in past decade or so. Many people go to China, have a tour or have a whatever, and then they call that research. Okay. And then because they have research, they can say, according to their research, Wing Chun is this and that. There's no Hendrik Santo. There's no Ermei. There's Wing Chun 1700, whatever heck. Okay. Now, let me share with you. Again, if you are really serious, want to learn Wing Chun, if you really love and care for Wing Chun, drop those bullshit. Okay? Those only waste your time. It going nowhere. Now, the reason I'm sharing this today to you all is because this morning I wake up and then, as usual, Wing Chuner friends send me this. Okay, so I have no idea what the heck is this video is about. And then there's a person here saying that it seems you're talking about Sifu Hendrik. Okay, just ignore him. Even he is not legitimate successful of Red Boat Wing Chun. He is only blaming everything on the party of China government at US soil. But he don't have the balls to debate with the master in China. Really? I have no idea what the heck this is about. And people comment on this. And then later on, I got this again. Hendrik can't even prove his theory with his own body nor his own students. I watched like two of his videos and they lack depth of any functional combat skill. He appeared to be malignant, narcissist, and most of what he speaks is just rambling or word salad to try to get more attention. So then it get my attention. I watch into this YouTube and it seems that this YouTube is actually quarreling with somebody with another YouTube, talking about the research and all this thing. So I decided to tell you guys, forget about those bullshit research, going to China, going to this and that, the research. Now, just have some common sense, okay? Have some common sense. So, what is the common sense? The common sense is not you keeping using your big fist. You say, well, you know, I have my research. If you don't believe me, fight me. I am the best fighter. I can beat you. Those are called bullying nonsense, okay? People have no brain talk that way. So why is the reason I say that those research are bullshit nonsense? Very simple. Say just make an example of me. I am a electrical engineer. Okay, I get my this undergrad and graduate school. I do my research in analog power management design. That's why you can see me have a lot of pattern. Now let me ask you questions. I have to go through what education in order for me to be able to do research. Of course, I have to go through high school, college, undergrad, and then go through all the electrical engineering. And then I go to the grad school, and only my major professor allowed me I be able to do research. Isn't it true? That's how it is, right? Now all this is like what? The kids which don't even have high school full education and keeping talking about research. So what research are you doing? What research are you doing? You not even graduate high school. You don't even know what is a differential equations, not to talk about what you need in the grad school on. You need partial differential equation, you need quantum physics, you need all kinds of stuff. So there's the problem of why all this research are bullshit. You can go to this guy, that guy, that guy. It's like what? You can visit the entire high school of the entire world. Listen to what everybody talk about a topic, and yet you are not doing research. You are not up to the level of grad school. That's the bottom line. Okay? Research is not something for those who don't even have a full educations for the basic. Like if you don't even have the undergrad, be able to get into the grad school, forget about it. Okay? Not to mention that you don't even have high school for analogy. Now, let me tell you straight to everybody's face today. Okay? Since that guy saying that I'm just a guy, what? Okay, I'm just a guy who blaming everything on party of China government at US soil. I just share with you. You want to do research, you better get your undergrad, get your A's, and then you be able to get into the grad school and your major professor allow you to do that. Or else, forget about it. Now, since I'm the guy who in America soil, I just what is he say this blaming. Now I give you a real deal, okay? I open up this thing because enough bullshit is enough bullshit. This is the concrete of the uh, 1850s Wing Chun passed down by Yit Kam. When it come to me, it's a direct line to me. I'm the fifth generations. Okay, now, so this is like what? It's like your full educations up to your undergrad. Okay, up to your undergrad. You have to know all of this and in depth before you can talk about research. I won't even use the term research myself. So, are you a successor of this 1850s Wing Chun or from Yit Kam? It's very simple. Have you go through everything? Like you go through undergrad in electrical engineering if you want to get to the grad school and are doing research. You need to know every bits and piece of it. Okay. And today, in this world, there are no more than five people who have understanding on this. Okay. So where is those people who claim that they do research, they be able to do this, they be able to do that, they are the gatekeeper of the Cho family, and then no, 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 there's no 没是庄 there. So the question is that have you go through that every bits and piece of it? Have you learned that? Have you put time to actually it's like if you're a pilot, you need to put a lot of thousands of hours into flying a plane. Have you done that? Now, so for me, for example, that's why I tell you, I don't even dare to say that I'm doing research. The most I'm doing is verifications. Oh, this is what my Sifu taught me. I take the ancient text and verify. Yes, this is what it is. My Sifu taught me this. This is the ancient text. This is the ancient text of it. You verified it. That's all. Okay. Now, just up to here today. I'm retired now. Guess how young when I start this thing? Well, this is my Sifu. Okay. Late Sifu Cho Hong Choi. This is me. You look at me at that time, it's like 13, 14 years old, isn't it? And if you look at the family trees, you can see that from Yit Gam, direct line to Cho Hong Choi. So I've been learning those things for past, now I'm 67, retired. You think about how many years is that from 13, 14 years old? That's learning. That's just learning. Okay? Not research. You need to take this much time to learn. And again, you need to have a realistic thinking. I am not a fan of Bruce Lee. I'm not a fan of Yip Man movie or Hong Kong Wing Chun movie. I am not. So what I'm doing in parallel with learning this thing, studying this thing, well, I'm a Kyokushin. Well, just look at my picture at that young time. Look at the picture, my photo at that young time. So all these years, and in Kyokushin, well, this is my Sihan. This is at my high school. This is my Sihan, Jojin, Tajin. This is Mas Oyama, and you can see all this the Kyokushin fighters instructor there. Like this is they are in the second World Open tournament. Okay, so Keiji and Koichi. So that's my world of martial arts. Okay. There is no Bruce Lee movie. There's no Yip Man movie. There's no Hong Kong Wing Chun movie. But hey, you want to test out? You go to the Kyokushin Open. So and I'm 15 years old. I go to Kyokushin Open, uh, and I don't fight in the kid division. I fought in the adult division because Sihan Jojin Tatsin told me, hey, you want to test out yourself, go to the adult division. Of course, I lost, but I didn't get KO. Okay. So that's my life. That's the reality. You study, it's like I share with you, like study engineering. You go to high school, you study, and then you keeping verify what is your teacher teach you, and then you keep drilling it. And I'm not even doing research. That's why I never tell you I do research. And what is the point to go to China, flying around and all this thing? You try to figure out what is the direct teaching of Wing Chun 1850. I mean, who know this better than me today? Because I'm a direct line. Okay. So what research? Can you go to China and do a research and know more than me? Where I spent 1973 until today, 2025, how many years? 50 years? You think anybody in China know more than me? Be able to handle this thing more than me? I mean, get real. Now, this morning I just share with a seafood with a in Wing Chun 30 30 years experience. So we're talking about the body, the seven bowl, just to to illustrate for you on this thing. So we talk about seven bowls. So he told me because it's about fudging and everything. He said so any one of seven bowls can function as a handle. So meaning that every one of your seven is there any one of your seven bowl you can use it for fudging? So my answer is why not? The key is do you have that kung fu to do so or not? So the reply is this is very deep seafood. Well, and I say this is life, a living art. How many bowls can you make into handles? That's the directions of how to advance one's kung fu level. So the reply is so if this is true, then any of the seven bowl can be initiate, inject the action force to generate the reaction force within the body. So my reply is this. If you have that level of kung fu, how many years of continuous progressing, meaning you need? So you go this example. You go here, you learn the basic, seven bowls. You're not standing there. It's like you playing, get your student and then say, well, I can fudging. No, you refine it until every bowls be able to use as the handle. So if this is true, then any of the seven ball can initiate, inject the action force to generate the reaction force within the body. That is what a lot of works. That is you keeping refined, you sleep with it, you think about it every day, and you learn this thing fully education, you keeping refine until this. He is 30-year-old in Wing Chun. As what I told him, this is what Kung Fu is about, to refine the thing. It's not you go to China and then you say, oh yeah, I'm going to research. I heard this guy talk, that guy talk. Well, you go to talk to all the high school students. I mean, how the hell are you going to end up to be knowing what is happening in a graduate school? You can't. You are not there in the basic education. You don't have a complete education. You have not put enough effort. It's just like you want to go to college, like you want to take an exam, SAT. How many math problem have you solved? 1,000, 2,000? How many vocabulary have you memorized and used? A few thousand? Or you don't even know about that, and then you just say, oh yeah, I just go for this, I go for that research and all this thing. You don't even have the SAT basic math solving the experience. How the hell are you going to do all this research? And then, oh, in my opinion, this, in my opinion, that. So this is a reality. You have the seven bowls, but seven bowl is not always uh, in your start from your feet. So seven bowls today, I call it. It is like your kid your stability and mobility continuum. But you can use it different way. Why? I mean, who the hell is going to like your student stand there let you push him? You might be get locked down into the ground, or you get might get lift up to the air. So how are you going to use your bowls, your seven bowls? You know, so for those friends who don't know about seven bowls, is your wrist bowl, your your uh, your your elbow, your shoulder, your hip, your knee, your ankle, your feet bowls. Seven. So you need to refine it until it's so good that whatever touch you, you need if you need to use whatever bowl, whichever bowl you do it. Don't even think. Otherwise, you are puppets. Okay. So it's like you're fighting in a Kyokushin Open. I mean, are you sure that I have to do a roundhouse kick this way? I have to block this way. I have to do side outer block this way. I mean, come on. Okay. So this is the basic. But let's get into the real deal here tonight. So this is the 1850s Wing Chun. This is before all the legends or the story or the folklore of Sim and all this whatever people create. Within that, within that, as it is a Chinese Kung Fu, it always have two part the basic. Externally train the sinews, bone, and muscle. Internally train the breathing. It has that. So let's talk about breathing. Well, we know today a proper martial art basic must develop the muscle of entire body, breathing, and intra-abdominal pressure. Go ask any Western boxer, uh, MMA player, BJJ player, see is that true or not? Well, nobody can escape that, right? Now ask you questions. Go ask a question for all those people who do research. I don't care you go to China or whatever, or you go back to 130 years old to the Red Boat, the Pro-Ching Red Boat, or whatever document or GSIM. Have you ever seen anybody talk about breathing, intra-abdominal pressure in Wing Chun? If not, you want to do all the research. You don't even know that you have a big hole in your goddamn systems. Research. When I say there's Mei, you say, well, there's no Mei. Come on. You don't even know that there's a big hole on your own system. That's called breathing. So what base have you know, do you have to say anything about what I know? Now, this thing, this is Mas Oyama. This is Alex Core from Auto. This is Rickson Gracia. So answer me a questions. All your researcher go to China. I'm not the oldest. I know it all this, everything. How come you don't have any breeding stuff at all? If you don't have that, you want to fight the Kyokushin, you want to fight the BJJ, you want to fight the Ngocho. What type of art is that when you don't have that? You completely void on that. You can say, well, it's internal Tai Chi bullshit. Okay. Have you seen anybody Tai Chi go to say Kyokushin Open or MMA fought like BJJ cars from the Gracie family? You couldn't even handle Xi Xiaodong in China. How many seconds? So again, the bottom line is you're breathing. So you look into Wing Chun for past 130 years at the Pro Ching Wing Chun. Sorry to say that Sim, whatever the story is, the Pro Ching Wing Chun. It's not the Wing Chun 1850. Did your three set have any breathing thing? Have any grandmaster have ever talked about that? What? The evidence is no, zero, void. So how are you going to face something like Masoyama or Alex Kors, Ngoso or Gracias BJJ? You can. The Chinese already tell you already. Externally train the bone, muscle, and sinews. Internally train the breath. And the Chinese breath meaning internal pressure, internal abdominal pressure. Why do I know? It's because it's here inside there. That's how I was taught. So I verified it. I verified the classic with everything. Do I do research? Am I a grandmaster? Am I the best fighter? No, I'm not. I just tell you that I went through the entire full educations. If you have never went through the educations, just learn to shut up. Okay? I don't care you go to the Foshan Museum. Make my day if you think that you want to debate like a Chinese grandmaster debate. It's just one topic. I question you. How the hell, why the hell is that you don't have breathing in your Wing Chun training? If there's no breathing, I better off go train Kyokushin, Ngozo, or Jiu-Jitsu. Why do I have to study something which is have nothing there? Okay, so there's the reality. Now does Wing Chun have the breathing? Sure, it's within this. If you don't know how to read this, you don't even understand what is going on, then stop to making claim. So as I translated in my book, this one is restricting Wing Chun, restricting Wing Chun, restricting Wing Chun. This is from Shaolin Classic, which is decoding or the mother source of this thing. Okay, of the 1850. It say clearly the transportations of force or jing is based on breathing. The handling of breathing depend on the lower abs. If the breathing is not the lower ab type, but a chest type, the handling of legs and footwork will not be solid. How will this defeat the opponent? Breathing is strength, the root of martial artists. Isn't it true here? Isn't it true here? Isn't it true here? So why don't people say anything at all? Well, because they have no idea what's going on. They have no idea what is here. Why? They never learn. Don't even have to talk about the successor of this and that nonsense. Okay, it's like we go to have a undergrad degree. We don't talk about I am the successor of the Harvard University. I mean, you just go basic educations, okay? So know what you're studying, and this is what it is, right? You need to develop your breathing, your intra-abdominal pressure. Period. So tell me, what your research tell you? Are you sure your E.G. Kam Yong Ma or your Cham Kyu Ma or your Biu Ji Ma can do that? Or when you cheese out, you have this capability, like Masoyama, like Ngocho, Alex, like Gracia. Have you trained that? If you're not, you're going to go down fight with them. And furthermore, you have three types of breathing inside there, which is the chi nourishing training rest type. You use subtle breathing. Fitness training, you use common breathing. Strength training, you use the windy breathing. Well, what is windy breathing? This is windy breathing. You probably cannot hear what Master Oyama do when you do something, get up that breathing is windy. Okay, here Alex calls same thing. This is Gracia, Rickson Gracia. If you go to the YouTube, the same thing is windy breathing. It's windy breathing. That is for exertions. Okay. Now, they talk about, oh, do I walk my talk? Well, I just share it with you. With the machine, you can see how deep is that breathing. The minute you screw up your body, that your breathing is like this. You look at the breathing become very chaotic. See it again. This is the proper handling of the breathing. So you want to par with Kyokushin, you want to par with the uh the 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 Ngocho, you want to par with BJJ, you better be able to breathe properly, not this type. Meaning your easy Ma, okay? You better be able to breathe this way, or else you are not par with them. You don't even know what the heck you're doing. Okay? So all your this you need to know how to handle. So like this guy saying, Hendrik can't even prove this is theory with his own body. Come on. I study Kyokushin. Okay? Come on. I show you with scientific proven what I can do or what I cannot do. Okay? Now, if you don't have that breathing, how the hell you going to do this is in a slow motion, reverse breathing and shoot up your body? You're fudging. Look at my pen and my body. Is that shocking? Look at it. What? Isn't it said the transportation of force is based on breathing? The breathing depends on low abdomen. And this is just whatever is saying here, inside here. The Chinese is always like that. They going to use a very simple term, and that but that term always you need the mother article to define it or to decode it. So what research? I know this term. I just go to the Shaolin Sword Strike Classic and you look at that term. Or I know the term from 二梅十二庄. I just go there and look at that term. So and you can verify with if is my Sifu taught me this way. It's fully transparent. You don't need research. Research meaning you have to be on top of this. You want to do research, you better know all this basic. And all this basic is shared common with all martial arts. Okay? Or else you're playing movies. You are not martial arts. Well, that's why you can map. And again, this is mind data. Okay? Your three types of breathing, your subtle breathing, your this common breathing. When you use the windy breathing, you get into anaerobic, explosive power, speed. Okay, you get into there. So you can use the like this one to check your. I just shared with you just now this thing. You use this to check to track it. You use this to check like your lung capacity, your inspiratory pressure, and all this thing. And then, of course, with your VO2 max, your VO2 max, and your maximum heart rate, which you need to use this. So those are just basic breathing. So you tell me you have 20 years of research, or you have this research, this grandmaster, that grandmaster. What good is that? You don't even have the basic of a Kyokushin Sanjin. You don't have the basic of Ngozo Samjian. You don't have the basic of Gracia Jiu-Jitsu. What good is that? Research, grandmaster, grandmaster what? Are you serious? You live in this world, the world of fighting art, or you're living somewhere else? Okay? If you don't even know this, how the hell you be able to talk about this thing? How the hell are you going to be able to talk about this thing? You never even learn about it. Like there are many people, there's one guy in go to China and boasting about his the gatekeeper of Chou family, Wing Chun bullshit. Look at his breathing, how many seconds he can last in the real world versus the Kyokushin versus the BJJ versus this real thing also. You can, okay? So you want to talk about qi, like this union in Dantian Du Meridian Sing, qi, Taiji qi. Sorry, qi is not the how to say that the the specialty of Taiji. Taiji, a lot of Taiji is nonsense too. Okay, qi is within here, like this one, the first thing. This first thing, that's union to Dantian. Now you want to play with this qi, you need to be able to handle your intra-abdominal pressure. You need to be able to handle your intra-abdominal pressure and You need to be able to handle the subtle breathing. Don't bullshit me on I can have qi in my dantian and all this bullshit if you don't even know which type of breathing you're using. And if you have that type of subtle breathing, you can track your breathing rate. You will go down to 6 beat per minute, those kind of thing. 6 repetitions per minute of your breathing rate, respiratory rates, different characteristics. And only that you'll be able, those breathing is really fine. It's called subtle breathing. Only that you'll be able to sing qi into dantian. Okay? So don't give me all this bullshit research and then this and that, the successor and all this thing, like all this thing. Hendrik can't even prove his theory, and this is what uh he's he is not legitimate successor of the Red Boat Wing Chun. I don't have nothing to do with Red Boat Wing Chun. I got to do with the anti-Qing 1850 in Kenghua Wei Gun Fa San. Okay, be specific. I don't blame anybody. I just put it in front of your eyes today. Put it in front of your face today. You better answer me questions. Okay, all those basic technical questions, or else don't play expert on what the heck you don't know. Okay. Today, people love to talk about using term Taiji, this lineage, that lineage, this grandmaster. Who cares? As just what I shared with you. You talk about this Sim invented this or this, whatever. Now, I ask you a question, a very simple questions. Can you please explain to me how come Sim teaching do not have this breathing? What are the basic common BJJ, Ngojo, Kyokushin, Okinawa, they have all this breathing. Even Western boxing have the breathing. You look at it, the Western boxing 1900, the book by the Western boxing champion, if I'm not wrong, from England, talk about the breathing. So this is what I like to share with you all, Wing Chuners. Don't waste the time on the bullshit going around the world and then go to China, get to talk with this grandmaster showing some demo. Per today, this seconds, if you don't fill out your breathing, you have nothing. It doesn't matter how big the name it is. You cannot last more than a few minutes. You say, well, I'm young, I can beat you, but sure. How about compare with those who really train with that way? Can you? If you don't know this, can you train your student? So the entire thing is a scam. People just want to play expert on things they have no idea with this. People always tell me about the qi gong this and that. I just tell them simple, just get a fitness tracker and let's track. Can you right away drop your breathing in under 6 beat, 6 repetitions per minute? If you cannot, don't tell me you have qigong. You don't, because you don't even know how to breathe. Anybody who do anapanasati, you go to Malaysia or Thailand or Burma, you go to those monks, you put this inside there, you can see their breathing go down to 6 or less because they practice anapanasati. That's the basic of the qigong. But there's a lot of Chinese bullshitter who talking about qigong this and qigong that, like there are a lot of Tai Chi guy. Are you serious? Can you do that? So this is a real. Do I complain about or I blame on the Chinese government or anything? I don't. I just share with you, put in front of your face. You want to talk about Qigong and all this thing, go to Thailand, go to Malaysia, or go to the Burma and go to the monk who practice Anapanasati and see how far you are compared with them. If you want to talk about other thing on the internal power, well, just look at like the Ngozo, Alex Ngozo, BJJ's by Rickson Gracias teaching and Masoyama's Kyokushin. Those are really who fought. Alex Kos, Ngozo is known to fight big time in Philippines in street. Okay, street fight. Just check on the history. And you know that Ngozo is the founder of Ngozo all passed the military examination in China. Many of his students, they fought a lot. So that's the reality, okay? So I put this straight in everybody's face, okay? I'm not a grandmaster. I'm not a best fighter. This is just a basic plain educations. When are you going to stop with all this bullshit nonsense? This lineage, that grandmaster, are they God? They couldn't even par with the basics of the world fighting arts. Okay? We don't have this educations, how can you train it? We don't have this education, how can you develop the skill? Without this education, how can you develop your student? It's just a cosplay, playing movie, okay? So today I like to share this straight with you. If you don't listen to me on this, guarantee is screwed. I have 50 years there to see all this thing, okay? I have more than 10,000 hours on this thing. Or as anybody, after you go to 65 everything, you cannot fight anymore, you blah blah blah. You think want to bully me? Forget about it. Because now you can check things with scientific, whether it works or not. It's no longer I beat you, who beat you, who cares who beat who? It's all scientific training. Okay. So for those Wing Chuners, many of you who is serious, you have to put what I'm telling you today on your mind. Okay. Don't get cheated by the scam. Wing Chun need this part of educations because the breathing is a void here in Wing Chun. So this is what I like to share with you today. Okay. If you don't like what I'm saying, don't watch my YouTube.